What if I told you 5 children disappeared, and to this day, no one knows what happened? Christmas Eve, 1945. Fayetteville, West Virginia, was aglow with the warmth of the season. Families gathered, carols filled the air, and the promise of Christmas morning hung heavy with anticipation. The streets were lined with twinkling lights, and the scent of pine and freshly baked cookies wafted through the crisp winter air. For the Sodder family, a large Italian-American family with 10 children, it was a night like any other, filled with laughter, stories, and the simple joys of being together. The children's faces glowed with excitement as they played around the Christmas tree, their eyes wide with wonder at the gifts that awaited them. The Sodder home, a 2-story frame house, buzzed with activity as the younger children, Morris, Martha, Louis, Jenny, and Betty, played while their older siblings helped their parents, George and Jenny Sodder, prepare for the festivities. The house was filled with the sounds of laughter and the clinking of dishes as the family enjoyed their Christmas Eve dinner. The Christmas tree shimmered with handmade ornaments, a testament to the family's love and unity. Each ornament told a story, a memory of Christmases past, and the tree stood as a symbol of the family's bond. As the evening deepened, the younger children begged to stay up past their bedtime, eager to savor every moment of Christmas Eve magic. Their parents, wanting to make the night special, allowed them a little extra time to enjoy the festivities. Relenting, their mother tucked them into their shared attic bedroom, promising more gifts and merriment in the morning. The children, their heads filled with dreams of Santa Claus and presents, drifted off to sleep with smiles on their faces. Downstairs, George and Jenny chatted with their older children, unaware of the nightmare about to unfold. They spoke of the future, of hopes and dreams, completely oblivious to the impending disaster. Around midnight, Jenny was startled awake by a sharp crackle. The sound was unfamiliar, and it sent a shiver down her spine. A phone on a nearby shelf jangled insistently. The sudden noise in the quiet house was jarring, pulling Jenny from her slumber. Rushing to answer it, she heard a strange voice, muffled and unfamiliar, uttering words she couldn't quite decipher. The voice was eerie, and it left her feeling unsettled. Hanging up, she dismissed it as a wrong number, her mind already drifting back to the warmth of her sleeping children. She tried to shake off the uneasy feeling, telling herself it was nothing. However, a sense of unease lingered, a prickle of premonition that something wasn't quite right. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. Stepping outside, Jenny noticed a strange orange glow reflecting off the snow-covered ground. The sight was both beautiful and terrifying as the glow grew brighter and more intense. Her heart lurched into her throat as she realized the horrifying truth. Their home was on fire. The flames were already consuming the house, spreading rapidly and leaving destruction in their wake. Screaming for her husband, Jenny watched in terror as flames rapidly consumed the house, trapping their 5 youngest children inside. The night that had begun with joy and laughter had turned into a nightmare, one that would haunt the Sodder family forever. The fire raged with an unnatural ferocity, consuming the Sodder home in a matter of hours. The flames danced wildly as if possessed by a malevolent spirit, devouring everything in their path with a hunger that seemed insatiable. Frantic, George Sodder made desperate attempts to rescue his children, his bare hands torn and bleeding as he clawed at the scorching wood. His cries for help echoed through the night, a father's anguish piercing the chaos, but the inferno's roar drowned out his pleas. He called for his ladder, usually propped against the house, but it was gone, vanished into the night. The absence of the ladder, a crucial tool for escape, added a sinister layer to the unfolding tragedy. Neighbors, alerted by the inferno, rushed to help, but the flames, fueled by an unknown force, seemed to mock their efforts. Buckets of water and frantic shouts were no match for the blaze that consumed everything in its path. As dawn painted the sky with the ashes of their shattered lives, the Sodders were left to sift through the charred remnants of their home, their hearts heavy with unimaginable grief. The morning light revealed the full extent of the devastation, a stark contrast to the vibrant life that once filled the house. The fire chief, his face grim, informed them that the children's remains had been consumed by the blaze. their small bones turned to ash. His words, though meant to provide closure, only deepened the family's despair. Yet, as the Sodders looked upon the ruins, a chilling realization began to dawn. There were no bodies. The absence of any remains was a haunting void, a mystery that gnawed at their already broken hearts. The fire, though intense, had burned quickly, leaving behind large pieces of furniture and appliances. These remnants stood as silent witnesses to the blaze, their presence contradicting the notion that the children's bodies could have been completely incinerated. It seemed impossible that 5 young children, their bones not yet hardened by age, could have been completely incinerated, leaving no trace. The more they pondered this, the more the official explanation seemed implausible. The Sodders began to question the official account, their grief morphing into a gnawing suspicion that something was terribly wrong. Conversations turned to theories, and theories to a relentless pursuit of the truth. The more they examined the scene, the more their doubts grew. Each piece of debris, each charred fragment seemed to whisper secrets that contradicted the narrative they had been given. The ladder, crucial for their children's escape, was missing. Its absence was not just a coincidence, it was a clue, a piece of a puzzle that hinted at a darker truth. A witness claimed to have seen a man stealing a block and tackle from the property as the fire raged. This strange detail added another layer of mystery, suggesting that the fire might not have been an accident. Another neighbor swore they had seen the children peering from a passing car as the flames engulfed the house. This sighting, if true, meant that the children might have been taken, not lost to the fire. These unsettling details, dismissed by authorities as misinterpretations or fabrications of grief-stricken minds, only solidified the Sodders' belief that their children were still alive. The family's resolve hardened, their quest for answers becoming a mission to uncover the truth behind the night their lives were irrevocably changed. The official investigation into the Sodder fire was frustratingly brief and superficial. The fire chief, citing faulty wiring as the likely cause, seemed eager to close the case, attributing the lack of bodies to the intensity of the blaze. This explanation, however, did little to satisfy the grieving family or the community, who were left with more questions than answers. The Sodders, however, refused to accept this explanation, their suspicions fueled by the inconsistencies and unanswered questions that plagued the investigation. They were determined to find out what really happened to their children, convinced that the fire was not a mere accident, but something far more sinister. They hired a private investigator who unearthed a series of disturbing findings. This investigator delved deeper into the case, uncovering details that the initial investigation had overlooked or ignored. Witnesses reported seeing unfamiliar cars in the area on the night of the fire, vehicles that had never been seen before in the quiet, close-knit community. These sightings raised alarms and added to the growing list of oddities surrounding the case, and rumors of suspicious individuals lurking around the Sodder home began to circulate. Neighbors recalled seeing shadowy figures and hearing strange noises, further fueling the belief that the fire was no accident. The investigator also discovered that the phone call Jenny received on the night of the fire had originated from a nearby town, suggesting a possible connection to organized crime, a sinister undercurrent that ran deep in the region. This revelation hinted at a broader conspiracy, one that might involve powerful and dangerous individuals. Despite mounting evidence and the Sodders' pleas for a more thorough investigation, the authorities remained unconvinced. They dismissed the new findings as speculative and refused to reopen the case, leaving the family in a state of despair and frustration. The case, they insisted, was closed, a tragic accident, nothing more. This official stance only deepened the Sodders' resolve to seek the truth, as they felt abandoned by the very institutions meant to protect them. The Sodders, however, refused to be silenced. They were determined to uncover the truth, no matter how painful, and bring their children home. Their quest for answers became a public crusade, drawing attention from media and supporters who believed in their cause. Little did they know their search for answers would become a lifelong odyssey, a testament to the unwavering love of a family shattered by loss but united by hope. Over the years, they would follow countless leads, endure numerous setbacks, and face unimaginable heartache. But their determination never wavered. The Sodder family's story is one of resilience, courage, and an unyielding belief in justice. A flicker of light in the darkness that refused to be extinguished. What do you think happened to the Sodder children? Comment below with your theories. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Zero Hour Files for more intriguing mysteries.